Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are currently working on conquering part of Persia and apparently looking at our building queue. Fantastic. I may have hit the B button when I hit spacebar there. Always great. We, of course, do also have this going on, but I think that's actually already complete. Where even is that? Up over here? Yeah, that's completely done. So no problem whatsoever here. We're pushing through Persia, and we haven't focused too hard on really ramping up our military, but boy, could we. That would be a lot. We could theoretically do a lot. So I don't think we'll do that quite yet. We're still working on getting through this initial construction queue. We've got a lot of logging camps queued up, and actually a whole lot of logging camps. We know that we're going to need a lot of wood for our ship production. That's definitely a thing. I'm noting the market access. For now, we're going to continue working through Persia. Let's see what we've got going on with railways here. Okay, yeah, we need some work here. So let's get some railways queued up. I'm going to get 2 here, and then 4 up this direction. And then, let's see here, 5 would put us at 60, and then 75, so we'll get 7 in East Anglia. Cool. So that is absolutely fine. We do have additional ports, of course. This is in British Somaliland. I actually want these queued up at the bottom of the queue for the time being. Cool. So we'll move this one down to the bottom of the queue. Beautiful. So we'll get all of these railways built and logging camps in the background behind it. That's looking good. I would like to work towards arc-welded buildings. The question is, how far away is that really? That is under society tech, isn't it? Actually, no, it's down here. Okay. So for now, that's reasonably fine. Pneumatic tools are definitely something that would be interesting to go for. The other thing we could think about, we do want to eventually cut our taxes, and I'm actually going to do that now. We're going to run a deficit for a little bit here. That's fine. We've got a decent amount of surplus reserved in here. So we're going to burn through some of this surplus and sit at negative amounts here. Yep. Capitulation from air. That's absolutely expected. And we do have, even at minimum amounts, quite a lot coming in from our consumption taxes. Okay. Camera has been unlocked. We can certainly see about changing our Arts Academy to photographic art, which we'll do. Cool. Opium plantations, rail transportation, automatic irrigation. Good thing I decided to go through this on a whim. Tanker cars for oil rigs as well. Absolutely do that. Fantastic. So we're pushing our way through here. Russia sided with Selangor against the French Republic. I don't necessarily care about this. This is reasonably fine. We have no one over on this side. Why is no one here? Ian, where are you? Advancing at Sinai Tabriz front. He's up over here. Okay, let's move him down to this front. And let's move this guy to the Sinai Tabriz front. So we're going to get pushed back over here a little bit until... specifically until this guy gets here. There we go. Cool. So we're actually winning this defensive battle, even though it's 5-22. That's that tech difference. It'll do that. What are we short on right now? Explosives? Okay, we could definitely work on some explosives in theory. So let's take a look here. We know that we're now at 50 for our economy of scale cap. So I'm going to put in 14 here. Actually, 15 is, I guess, fine. And that's all we're going to do for now as far as our chemical plants here. These are a little slow to build. It's only minus 12.4%. So I'm not going to go too crazy on building these chemical plants right now. I definitely do want to continue to get railways. I want to get the wood production going. Colonization of Zambia finished, and we actually stalled on enacting protected speech. That's a little bit sad. We'll take a setback, and we'll see how that ends up going. Now, down over this way, I would certainly like to see about incorporating any of these states that we might be able to. Yes, Zambia. Noted that we're negative in bureaucracy here. We'll get to that. And we cannot establish any colonies at this moment. Okay. Goldfields depleted in Alaska. That is certainly very, very sad. However, we can actually build a gold mine in Alaska. And I'm not sure where the other two are. Are they in the private construction? Yes. They are. And we can't actually remove those, and we can't actually speed them up either. Awkward. Well, we just finished up another colonization, so let's see about incorporating that state. And of course, we're going to have to do something about the status of our bureaucracy. So we should take a look at that. Yep, we should make 19 in Lancashire. Cool. So that's queued up now, and we're currently losing 18.2k in unrealized taxes. We do have radicalism ticking downward now since we've fixed our politics. That's absolutely wonderful. And Persia, we're not currently able to go down below 0 because we've not occupied either their capital or Khorasan. We will get that occupied at some point. The question is when. Hey, we progressed over to voting. Beautiful. Also, colonization of Botswana finishes. So that's great. We can continue to, over in state actions, incorporate that state. We definitely need to consider the fact that we're going to have a surplus of bureaucracy very soon. And the reason for that is we're not going to be able to continue colonization. And so there's no point in running colonial affairs once we're done colonizing. There's electrical generation. So that is very good. The question is, are we ready to go into electricity at this time? It's going to be mildly awkward for us, I think. Over in society, what do we have available here? We could go for mutual funds. That would only be 17 months. Let's get that going for the time being. I want to check in on our literacy here. Innovation cap of 139.9. Unfortunately, our literacy has kind of stalled out, and that's because we're still on religious schools. We want to change that. But for the time being, there's not a lot we can do on that front. So I think we're going to wait here until we're done with our government administrations, at least, before we start to electrify. Electrification is going to be a pretty hefty thing. The armed forces want us to pass censorship. Oh, that's hilarious. It's not happening. That is not happening. We are literally passing protected speech right now. They want us to pass censorship within 4 years. I don't think we even can. So, no, that's not going to happen. The armed forces are not going to succeed at that. But hey, 25% technology spread. And that's great. So the question now is, how long before Persia just gives up? Wait, what? Okay, I clicked on the flag, I think. So how long before Persia just gives up? Very soon, actually. Wait, is this not going to give us any border core? No, it is. We're going to get border core out of it. Okay, I'm not shocked about that. I'm saddened, but I'm not shocked. We didn't check in on that at all. So, William Gladstone died. Okay, cool. We're going to have peace acceptance here soon, and I see this proletarian revolt. We'll deal with that in a moment. I want to wrap up this Persian war first. So for the time being, this will be fine. -2? Okay, next week tick, Persia will give up. There we go. We'll propose that. And there we go. So we got a bunch of territory from Persia there. And at this point, I'm going to... There's only one front over here. If there's only one front, then I'm going to demobilize Norman and George. And Prince George is already demobilized, right? No, he's not, but we'll demobilize him. And we'll just send Ian out over here. This is wildly more than we need. Actually, I'm going to send George Smith out here, and we're going to demobilize Ian Fairbairn. Okay. There we go. So that's going to save us some money as we demobilize that. Yes, we are running a pretty hefty deficit right now. This is not shocking. But a lot of that is going to go away. And we're now quite positive in our bureaucracy. That's great. So at this point, our construction sectors are not all on steel frame buildings. Ah, right, because we just conquered these new areas. So we need to go into our state actions and reset production methods in all of these areas. Beautiful. So with those production methods aligned, we'll see what we end up getting out of that. And of course, we also need to incorporate states. So we're going to be incorporating all 4 of these. That does eat up a lot of that bureaucracy, but we'll get that underway. Beautiful. So our current GDP is chilling at 431, and it's going up fast. That's absolutely wonderful. We're very pleased about this. Our railways are going to be done shortly, and we've got a lot of logging camps going on here. We're probably going to have some issues with market access, though. Yeah, that does indeed appear to be the case. And who's actually going to be angry here? Who's going to secede? The Marathi population. British Central India. Okay. I wish them luck with that. Is that these guys? Yeah, that's these guys that we already conquered. Yeah. I can see why they might be a little bit upset. But they're fine. It's fine. They'll be fine. We're just going to wrap up this war over here very, very, very quickly, and the Marathi secession will likely... No, that'll likely happen after this, right? After we get this completely done. The recent proletarian revolt is going to get crushed very quickly. Yeah, we're just absolutely demolishing them. No problem there. We are negative in our authority right now, and we should consider backing off on our consumption tax on tea. That is going to further hurt our deficit, but for now I'm not too concerned about a deficit. We can always handle that, right? So the Marathi secession is going to happen in the next couple of weeks here. But that seems fine. We're building a bunch of logging camps at this moment. And yeah, there they go seceding. So we see 3 different fronts here. That's mildly obnoxious. We're going to send Norman McAllister, and we're going to send Ian Fairbairn over here. And then, once we're done here, we'll send these guys over to this front. So, no problem there. Other than, you know, our finances. Our finances are a minor problem. I do want to check in on the railway situation. Okay, we could definitely get 3 in Windward Coast, 3 in British North Cameroon. We can do 1 in Lancashire and 1 in British Mauritania. Beautiful. I also want to double check that all of these are subsidized, and they are. Cool. Yeah, our subsidy costs are creeping upward, but that's to be expected. We could also start thinking about electrification. So electricity basically doesn't exist right now, right? And if we were to go into industry and build power plants, ideally somewhere where we have a lot of labor, like Nantong. I have no idea how we're going to transmit the power from Nantong back to our market, but it does actually work that way in this game somehow. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But sure, we could definitely build some power plants here to get started. So I think in total we're going to build 100 power plants to start with. Or actually 102. So I'll go to plus 51 for economy of scale. I'm pretty sure that's the way economy of scale works, right? If I recall correctly, I figured out previously that you get your economy of scale 1 minus. But I don't know that that's actually true. At least at this point. That may no longer be true. It's not irrelevant. It's not relevant at all. Okay, Tabriz is minus 75.7% construction efficiency. That's pretty non-ideal. Let's move up the Nantong power plants because we can build those much more quickly. Let's also move up these railways. So it'll be something like this, and then we'll allow Tabriz to work its way down in construction efficiency for a bit here. So Tabriz is, of course, somewhere over this way. Where exactly are you? You're up over here? Okay. We just conquered you. So that turmoil is going to be dropping. Yeah. We'll let that turmoil drop for a bit as we work on these power plants, and we'll see what it's like after we're done with that. So I'm going to move these railways up. Gold discovered in British Columbia. Always good. I don't suppose we can build gold mines. We cannot. Okay, that's fine. So this is now completely done. Where is our other unit at? Here you are. You're in the wrong place, but I want you out over here. Cool. So this war is going to break out very shortly, and it's not a problem. We'll have that completely under control very, very soon. How are we doing on our infamy, anyway? 45.4. Cool. So that's looking absolutely fine. Oil has been discovered in Alberta. Always amazing. And with us running this deficit, I mean, I'm fine with this. We still have 13.9 million, so we can run this for a good long time. War has broken out, but the other guys capitulated at exactly the same time, and it's over. Like, that was very fast. We actually can't demobilize. That's pretty hilarious. We can demobilize this guy, but the others we can't demobilize. I feel like we shouldn't have raised up quite that many. Okay. Well, I don't know if we'll even need to early demobilize, to be honest. It seems to be reasonably okay. So working on these railways and power plants, the power plants will finish up relatively soon. The ones in Tabriz, I mean, the construction efficiency is definitely improving. We may want to think about dropping this consumption tax, specifically so that we can put a decree for violent suppression in Tabriz. That will allow us to construct a lot faster. Yeah, 35.7 construction efficiency there. So we'll let that get going. Tabriz is considered isolated. We can build a port there, but what would it connect to? This is mildly awkward. I don't know if building a port here would actually be useful. Oh, we can't build a port there. Yeah, with that being isolated there, we just shouldn't build it in Tabriz, right? That's definitely not a thing that we should be doing. So where's the top here? Yeah, here we go. So we'll just get rid of these. And we'll have to build in another location. I guess we'll just start with the 50 in Nantong and see how that goes. That'll be fine. Naval base max level, sure. Did I cancel any... I'm not sure if I canceled any logging camps there. I guess we can build a few in Tabriz. And in Khorasan and Zambezi, East Angola, in Zambia. Sure. That won't take too long to get through, so we'll get those underway. We're working on these railways, and then after that, the power plants. Yeah, this is absolutely fine. No concerns whatsoever here, and that is now dealt with. So these guys should all be demobilized. Wonderful. Yeah, this is not bad at all. Minus 130k? Seems good. The British Guiana earthquake. Okay, that's a lot of expenses. For 10% devastation, they'll have to figure that out on their own. That would double our deficit. Right there. We're not going to do that. So we'll get these logging camps completed, the railway in British Mauritania, and, of course, the power plants in Nantong. So once these are done, which is not that far out, actually, we can start electrification, which is going to be absolutely great. So we're 5 weeks out from that. Let's move over. Yeah, we could definitely drop that on down. Let's start working on getting some of these electrical fences in. So we're going to run an electricity input goods shortage, right? That's definitely going to be happening. Banana plantations? Okay, sure. As long as we're doing this, we might as well. Electric sawmills? That's a lot. But we'll do it. We'll get there. And we'll see what we end up being like with electricity. Yeah, these are massively negative situations right now. We're well aware that this is going to be a big problem. Steel tools, rotary valve engines, bone china. That all looks good. Okay, so I'm expecting this number to start plummeting. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, that big ol' electricity shortage affecting how many buildings? 157. Yep, that's to be expected. We're going to get these power plants going, though, and somehow we're going to transmit the power from China all the way to Britain. I'm not sure how we're going to succeed with that one in 1882, but okay. That's not how power distribution works, for the record. Even in the modern day. I mean, it's better. but it's not amazing. Okay, so this is absolutely fine. Electrification is definitely starting to come online. So we're still running that input goods shortage. It's still 157 buildings. But we should be starting to see our sell orders come in, and that is absolutely the case. Fantastic. We're the #1 producer of electricity worldwide. In fact, I believe us to be the only producer of electricity worldwide. And we'll see how things are looking once we finish up all of these power plants here in 26 weeks. That will definitely cut down on the costs, no doubt about that. The London Botanical Gardens, indeed. The Majestic Lion. Fantastic. So we're definitely seeing our GDP slipping downward, right? And that is because, almost certainly, of our electricity shortage. Electrification was always going to be a kind of awkward time for us. So that's okay. I'm not too concerned about it. Hey, mutual funds. Fantastic. So that gives us publicly traded. That might offset some of this. What do we want to go for next? I'm kind of leaning towards pneumatic tools or maybe electric arc process. We do need both. Let's go for pneumatic tools and then electric arc process in that order. Now, do we want to do a law change here? I would love to change our schools over to public. We don't have the ability to do that right now. Interventionism to laissez-faire. We'll pass on that for the moment. We're on protected speech, of course. We're on regulatory bodies, and I don't actually want to go to workers' protections because that 75% minimum wage increase would be painful for us. No doubt about that. We're on poor laws right now. We could go for like an old age pension, but that's not, I think, super helpful for us at this moment. Private health insurance, not ideal. We're on tenant farmers right now. We could go down to commercialized agriculture. Or we could go to universal suffrage. And that is a lot of radicalism. Let's see what happens with universal suffrage. This is going to be awkward. I think there's no other way to put it. Universal suffrage may or may not happen here. This is going to be very contentious. Incredibly contentious. But it would be a very good thing to have done. So for now, we'll do that. We're still running that electricity input goods shortage with 160 buildings now affected by it. And yeah, there's this movement here. That is not as high of radicalism as I expected to see, to be honest. We've got a rubber rush going on. Cool. And our power plants are currently about 16 weeks away from being fully finished. Of course, the logging camps being built behind them and in front of them consume power. So that's mildly awkward. But we're definitely improving our power output. If we go into our electricity here, we can see that's up to 1.5K instead of 300. That's definitely massively improved. No doubt about that. And our GDP is starting to recover now. England is now obsessed with fine art. Okay. So we successfully expanded the power plants, and we're going to get progress on steam turbine. I pretty much always am willing to take the tech over the production for 5 years. So that'll be great. Yeah, wonderful. We're 10 weeks away from getting our power plants completed. This round of them. We're almost certainly going to need more. I just didn't want to build them in Tabriz. I chose that initially because of the amount of available workers that were there. But yeah, it's probably not ideal. A colonial exhibition in London, huh? Okay, we'll take some loyalists. That sounds absolutely wonderful. The next question, of course, becomes, how long are we going to be running this deficit for? It should be done relatively soon, honestly. Our colonization of Zambezi is now complete. So let's incorporate that. We have a lot of states. Can we sort by status? Yes, we can. We should do that. Zambezi and... Nope, don't stop incorporating. British Central India. Let's get that incorporating as well. So we know that we're going to need some additional government administrations, and let's build a few in Yorkshire. By a few, I mean, of course, 19. So we're just taking that up to economy of scale cap. I want to check here. Yeah, see, this is 49%. So we actually do want to be at 51. Fantastic. I'm very glad to know that. And we'll have all of these government administrations done actually quite soon. Yeah, this is going absolutely great. So we've now finished up our power plants. We're going to need almost certainly additional power. Yes, we're at 2.36 right now. Dissenters have broken ranks. We'll take the enactment success chance, I guess. Oil has been discovered in Timbuktu. Cool. And we need to continue to work on our electricity production. We need a lot of electricity. Oh, right. That's going to be a thing. We need a lot of electricity. Let's sort by labor here. Ulster is probably a good option, actually. So let's get that moved up to plus 51 as well. Hopefully this is not a terrible option. Okay, yeah, that's decent. I do want to move up these government administrations, so let's get all of those moved up. The logging camps we can delay until after the power plants. That'll be fine, but I want the government administrations underway. Even though we are positive right now, I do still want that. We found additional oil. Oil is the future. So we'll get some oil rushes going. Wonderful. We are still short on explosives, but we do absolutely need to work on infrastructure here. So let's get a couple of these going. This is going to need like almost 10. I'll make 9 here. That'll be fine for the time being. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to reject this proposal for defensive pact from the Belgians. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Rogue Corvid, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.